Okay, this should be working now. Looks like it is. Okay, so we're going to start with number 1 here of this practice exam. And the question is 8%. Change that to a decimal. How do I do that? Yes, Andrew. Yes, and what do you get as an answer? Say again? 0.08, which is D, right? Good. Again, it was a decimal. Change that to percent. What do I do? Times it by 100, which all that does is it moves the decimal over 2 places. And I get 5.2%. It's B. Okay, number 3, 3/10 is a percent. Yes, Brennan?
You do 3 divided by the 10.
That's right. You take the 3 divided by the 10, and that gives you what? So 3/10 becomes 0.3.
30%.
And then move the decimal over 2 places, and I get exactly 30%, not 33%. 3 divided by 10 is 0.3. Exactly. Okay? Good. Next one. What percent of 50 is 30? Okay, so I'm looking for the percent. Which number is the whole and which is the part? We have to identify the whole and the part. Well, the whole is 50. That's the total because it comes after the word of. That's the clue. The number that comes after the word of is always the whole, and the other number then must be the part. Okay? So the percent, we know, is just the part divided by the whole, and then move the decimal over. So 30 divided by 50, and move the decimal over 2 places, gives me 60%. So 30 divided by 50 is 0.6. Move the decimal over 2 places.
60%.
Right? 1, 2. Put extra 0 in there, the extra spot. It gives me 60%. Yes, ma'am.
Something else on this question. In my, how I think of this is, 30 is more than half of 50, and
Yes.
all the other percents are under 50.
Ah.
It would depend on both those.
Yeah, by using common sense and logic, you can just figure this one out because all the answers are less than 50%. 30 is more than 50% of half that, so it's got to be 60. That's right. Good job. That's right. A lot of times you can do it on a test. If you're not sure what the answer is or how to do it, you can figure out logically. By the way, just to mention here right now, just a bit earlier today, I got the results of the Gauss exams, so you might want to see me about that later after class. Okay, if you're interested in knowing that, which I'm sure you are, those that would. Now, number 5, what is 10% of 30? Well, 10%, if I do 10%, what I have to do is change that to a decimal. So what decimal is 10%? It's 0.1 or 0.10, same thing. Of always is times, and 30. 10%, so 0.1 times 30 is going to be D, which is 3. That's right. What's that? Okay, yeah, well, 10% is fairly small, right? It's 1/10, so 1/10 of 30 is another way of thinking about it. Now, here we go. We've got a couple of ratios. So how do we do this question? How do we do this question? Andrew? Yeah, so we're going to do what's called the double rainbow method. And yeah, we're doing 6, right? So we do the outside, and we do the inside. Make like a double rainbow there. And we multiply those together. And so we do the outside first because it has the x in it. Whatever has the unknown in it, we do that first. If it had, okay, so 32 times x is just 32x equals 8 times 24. And so I get my answer. And what's that? 32x equals 160, 184? Or 94? Okay, 194. And let's just make that a little bit neater. 194. And then I divide by 32 to get rid of the 32, right? And so divide by 32. And I get x equals 6. There you go. 6. Huh? Yeah, question 6 is the answer 6. That's right. Okay. Huh? Oh, it's one. Oh, I was going to say that's something I took. What I heard, I thought was 194. I just took your word for it. Let's change that. Thank you for correcting me on that, or whoever said that to me. Okay. Number 7, missing proportion. People look like, oh no, I don't know this kind. Well, do it like you did last time. These fractions are just another way of writing a ratio. So this is 1 to 4 equals 9 to x. And just double rainbow that one. And you can do the same idea. Okay? And so we get x equals 36 is my answer in the end. D, okay? Or, there's many ways of doing this question. Many ways. So that's just one way. If you want to do the double rainbow, you can do it that way. Just many different ways of doing this kind. Express 50 over 22 as a decimal. How do you change a fraction to a decimal? You divide the top, which is 50, divide the bottom. And I do that in my calculator, and I get D. 2.272727 keeps going on. So you need a calculator for this exam, so make sure you bring one, please. Don't depend on me supplying you one. I only have so many here. Next page. Y-intercept. Well, we did this, we were doing graphing, and this was, I taught you a shortcut method of doing these graphings, and we realized that if I have y equal to an equation, x is in a number, the first number in front of the x is the slope, which we're not asked for that here, but the number that comes after the x is the number involved with the y-intercept. So the number is -3. But is it first or is it second? It's second. It's always, the x is 0, always in y-intercept, and the y number is -3. So D is the answer there. You don't have to do any calculating, just look at the equation, you'll be able to figure it out. Okay, here we go, number 10. This one is, just takes a little bit of work. It's not too bad. What I have to do in this question is, first of all, every point here is 4 points. Each point is made up of an x and a y. The first number is the x, second number is the y. What I'm going to do here is put these numbers in the equation, see if both sides are equal. So the y is 1, so 1 equals 3 times -1, the x is -1, minus 4. So I'm going to see if the right side is equal to 1. -3 minus 4 is -7. Those are not equal, therefore that one is not an answer. So I can try B. Put them in again. This time y is -1. And it's going to be 3 times +1 minus 4, which gives me 3 minus 4, which is -1. -1 is equal to -1. This one is one of the answers. I do that with the next 2 points, and I come up with which ones are on the line. What do you get for that? Anybody have an answer? Kyle, what'd you get? So A, B, C, or D? Which one? B? No, sorry. Good try. D it is. The answer is D. B, C, and D all work. You plug those numbers in. They all, left side is equal to the right side. Those, that means those numbers, those points are on the line. Which brings us to the next question, which is kind of similar as far as how we do it, except we're going to use, we've got a right triangle here, so we're going to use Pythagoras' theorem. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. And now, what two triangles I'm going to try here. Let's do the first one. What sides are A, B, and C? Which side C here? The 39 is, how do you know it's 39? It's the longest. The longest side is always the C. The other two, we don't care about which ones they are. I'll put 15 squared plus 36 squared. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to square them and see if the left side equals the right side. And if it does, so I square them, add them together on the left side. If it does, what I get? What, 225? What'd you get for 36 squared? That's right. Okay, and 39 squared. What's that? 21. And if you add those together, you get 1,521. So the first one, A, definitely works. What about B? Does it work? No, it doesn't. So A is the only one. So A only. Okay, good. Good job. Let's pop back to the top of the page here. Continue on, just move this over a little bit. Okay, here's the diagram. X is 16. Let's put those numbers in. 16. Y is 30. Let's find Z. Well, I'm going to use Pythagoras again. Pythagoras' theorem. Every time I see a right triangle, let's move this over a little bit more. A squared plus B squared. Now, we're looking for, which one is C? C is the Z, right. I'm Canadian, I use the word Z. I'm not American. So I'm using Z, not Z. And so these are A and B, the other two, right? So I'm going to put, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do the equation this way. I'm looking for the C, so I'm going to put it, I'm going to flip the equation around, do it that way. So Z squared equals, A is 16 plus 30 squared. So Z squared equals 256 plus 900. Add those together. Z squared equals 1156. Square root that to get rid of the square. And I get the answer of 34. Exactly 34. The numbers worked out really nicely there. Okay. Next question is very similar. Make sure you plug our numbers in though. Label the diagram. Q is 41. P is 9. This is 9 over here. R we don't know. Where's the right angle? It's right here. So which side is the hypotenuse? Well, that side's the hypotenuse. Is across from 90 degrees. And so that's going to be the C. And this will be the B and the A. A, B, doesn't matter which way to do it here. Again, plug your numbers in. R squared plus, so A squared plus B squared, 9 squared equals 41 squared. Square the 9, I get 81. Square the 41, I get 1681. Oh, convenient. Okay, looks kind of, something looks interesting already. And now what do? I've squared them. Square root now? No, I have to subtract. I have to get rid of the 81 first, don't I? I have to get R squared by itself. That's right. R squared equals 1600. Square root that, and I get B is 40. Okay. How many people got that one right? Put your hand up. Oh, good. That's great. Good number there. Okay, last one on this page. I want you to, the thing you should be doing here is drawing a diagram. So I've got a TV antenna. I'll just draw, say that's my antenna, say, okay? TV antenna. And I've got the ground. Okay, there's my ground. There's a wire that goes from the top of this thing to the ground. There it goes. And attaches to the ground right there. Now let's put some numbers in here. It says that where it attaches to the ground, it's 24 meters from the base. So 24 meters from the base, that means that this distance here is 24. Okay? And what about the 45? That's the length of the wire. So the 45, there's the wire. The 45 meters goes right there. Now we're assuming that this tower is like 90 degrees to the ground. It's going to be straight up and down. Most towers are like that. And so they want to know how high is the antenna. Since the wire goes to the top of the antenna, we're trying to find the height here. So this is a height, the height of this tower. Now which one is the hypotenuse? Roman, which is the hypotenuse here? Sorry? The H, the 45, or the 24? the 45, because that's across from 90 degrees, right? So that's going to be the C, or the hypotenuse. And so these ones, therefore, are the A and the B. So A squared plus B squared equals C squared. This is the same thing as one we just did. A squared equals plus 24 squared equals 45 squared. And I'd square them, subtract them, take the square root. My answer is, what's the answer? No? Yep, what do you got? 38.1, thank you. 38.1, that's right. So I think you can finish that off. It's identical to the question before. Square them, subtract them. If I'm looking for a leg, I'm always subtracting. Okay, a couple more questions here with the multiple choice. Volume. Read the question carefully. I'm finding volume. How to find the volume of a rectangular prism? Length, the area of the end, length times width, times the height. So the area of the bottom, say, times the height. So the length times width is 8 times 7. I'm going to multiply that times the 6. So multiply those three together, and it gives me 336, right? Is that right? I think it is. Yeah. Good. Okay, so 36. And the next one. The next one is a triangular prism asking me for the same thing. The volume, not the surface area. So not going to add the sides up here. But what is the equation for volume of a triangular prism? Right, it's the area of the triangle times the thickness or length of that triangle. That's right. So it's going to be the base times height. We're going to divide that by 2 and multiply that by the length. So what's the base? The base is 2, the base is 2, that's right, times the height is 3. Those B, how do we know those are the numbers? How come it's not the 4? It's a slant, it's not the 90 degrees. We look for the 90 degree in the triangle, right? And then times 8. So there we go. Multiply it out, divide by 2, huh? And you get 24, right? That's right. The 2's cancel out, actually. 3 times 8 is 24. Good. Okay, so we're going to move on now to the last section. If you need to review this, it'll be online, right? Check online. Get this one up. Okay. These ones on a test, the test, you must show your work. If you don't, I don't care if you get the right answer or not, you're going to lose a lot of marks. Okay, we got any questions? I'm going to keep moving here. Okay. Discount. Discount. Let's find discount. So the discount. Okay. How to find discount? Well, we're going to take this 20%. 20% of $59.50. That's what we're talking about here. 20% of $59.50. So to discount, how do I do? I change the percent to a decimal. So I drop the percent sign and move the decimal over. So I get rid of that thing, move it over. Decimals right there, move it 2 places. I get 0.2 or 0.20, same thing. Of is always times. And then I've got 59.50. And I get, what do you get when you multiply that? And your answer is $11.90. Thank you. $11.90. Okay. Just do it right here too. And the sale price. How do I get the sale price? Sale price. I got to subtract that. That's the amount I'm saving, right? Sale price equals the original amount minus $11.90. And I get $47.60. I'm just doing it in my head here, so tell me if I'm wrong, okay? Good. Okay, that's the first one. Write that down if you didn't get it. This will be online too. So if you don't quite catch it, you can check it online. I'll post it as a normal one I usually do, just a PDF copy. Also try and do it as a screencast as well. Good. Next one. Sales tax is 13%. Find the tax and total price. So how do I find the sales tax? Or the tax, I should say. Okay, so it's going to be 13% of $650. My son is buying today a brand new he wishes no. He's buying a brand new laptop computer. He's buying a MacBook Pro, and because yesterday the new ones were released, and so today the old ones are a great deal. So you can get a a brand new computer for a great deal on it. So he's getting a brand new one today. So let's just do this. 13% change into a decimal. 0.13 times 650. What do you get?
Fred.
What's the answer? Who's got that? $84.50. So we have to always make sure you're careful to calculate the tax when you're going to buy something. You're going to pay extra, right? The government has to get part of that too. So not trying to diss the government, that's how they run, I guess. They need some money, right? So total price, how do you get the total price? So total price, not toilet paper, means total TP is total price. And so it's going to be 650 plus 84.50, and the answer is 734.50, right? So there we go.
What unit is this from, Mr. Breakfast?
Huh?
This one?
This is from the unit on percents and ratios.
Which unit number do you want?
Unit, should be unit, what, 4?
I don't know.
Or 5, I forget. Okay? It's on the internet, it's on my website, okay?
That is a good.
Okay, which is a better buy? How do you do it? I don't really care the answer so much as how do you do it? Yeah. Yeah, so we're going to do, what you're saying, Jared, is this. You're going to find the unit price. You're going to find the price of 1. How much does 1 cost? So we take the price of the first one. $1.29 is for how many? 3. So I divide by 3. And I get exactly, that's right, 43 cents. Quiet, please. And then, I'm not going to add anything, okay? What I'm going to do then is I'm going to do the same thing, same process for the other one, but it has 4 of them for $1.65. Divide that, and I get a price of, well, it's going to be for what? For one something or other. So say 4.1. And so, which is the better price? The 4 eggs. Say again. If you take 43. Yep. Yes. Okay, yeah, I could do that too. That's an idea. I can see what you're saying. Yeah, you could do that. You could take 43 cents, add it to 129, and see what 4 eggs will cost, and it'll be more than the other 165. That's right. Good. Good. That's good thinking. Usually we do it this way, but yeah, there's more than one way to do these. Okay, questions? Questions? Okay, I just see some people talking.
How do you show your work on this question?
Just
You each
shh. Okay, Kaylee, you got a question, or Amanda has a question? Bailey has a question. You good? Okay, can we chat to them? Good. Okay, so how do you do this? What do you do? Well, I'm going to basically take this next question. I'm going to substitute this graph and I substitute my x's into the equation. So I get this. I get 2 times negative 2, because the x is negative 2, and then go plus 1. So 2 times negative 2 is negative 4, plus 1 is negative 3. So I'm going to plot that point, but what do? I go to the left 2, down 3, there's my first point. Okay? And then I do the next thing. I do the negative 1. You got a question, Brendan?
No.
Okay. What's your question, Kate? Okay, this is the x, this is the y, always, right? The x is horizontal, the y is up and down. Okay? So always keep that straight. So I get negative 2 plus 1. I end up getting negative 1. So negative 1, negative is left 1, down 1. There's my second point. The third point, put 0 in there. I'm not going to do all these. I'm just going to, so 0 in there just gives me 1. 0 plus 1 is 1. So 0, 1 is, you don't go left or right, you just go up 1. And I put 1 in there. 1 times 2 is 2, plus 1 is 3. So this next one's going to be 3. So 1, 3, right 1, up 3. We've done this, today we've done all this before, so I'm just doing it quickly. Put 2 in there, and we get 5. 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. And there's my last point. We're not quite done. We've got to take our straight edge. Make sure you have a straight edge with you for the test. And put our line through that. And there's our graph. We've graphed the equation using a table of values. Okay? You can get it later, offline. Next one, I taught you an easy way to do it without making a table of values. And the key is that you have to have y by itself. Here's y is by itself. And I'm looking for these numbers here. This number in front of the x gives us the slope. And the number back here gives us the y-intercept. So the y-intercept is going to be 0 something, 0.4. And the slope is negative 2 over 3. Beautiful. So 0.4, plot that point and go up for 1, 2, 3, 4. There's the y-intercept. That's where it crosses the y-axis. And the slope is negative 2 over 3. So I go down to the rise over run. Remember, it's rise over run. So the rise is negative 2, so go down 2. And the bottom number is positive 3, so go with the right 3 and I put another point. I'm going to get it down 2 over 3. I can do it 3 times if I like. And I'm going to put my line through this. I've got a couple of points, that's good enough. There's our line. We've graphed it without making a table of values, just by reading the equation. Okay? Now I don't plan on getting these hints on the actual test. I probably don't have that little bar there, so write those equations down on your cheat sheet for the test. Okay, we got a couple of questions left here. Jaden, would you please close that door? Okay, so we're going to use, there's a right angle triangle. What are we going to use? We're going to use Pythagoras' theorem. You're going to use this one right here to do this next question. So let's do that. I want to find c squared, because that's the longest side. It's across from the a and b. So whatever game we got, c squared equals a squared plus b squared. I can just flip it around. So c squared equals 6 squared, or that's 8 squared actually. 8 squared plus 6 squared. Okay, so 64 plus 36 equals 100. Now I got a square root to get c. 10. There's my answer. 64 plus 36 is 100. Yep. Yep. Okay. Okay, good. Okay, seems to be some questions back there. What's the problem? A lot of talking anyhow. we can the chatter, please? We're almost done here, okay? Let's put this down here. So 12 ABC. Which is ABC? Bailey, tell me ABC here. Which is which? Thank you. So we're going to do a squared plus b squared equals c squared. I'm looking for b, so I'm going to put it on the left-hand side. So that's why I leave it like that. So 9 squared plus x squared equals 12 squared. 81 plus x squared equals 144. What do I do next? How do I do this? Huh? Mitchell, what do I do? I want to get x squared by itself, so I subtract 81. Good. But I have to do it from both sides. Please put it away. Thank you. X squared equals, when you subtract that, what do you get? Huh? 63, right? Yeah, good. And now I got one more step, and that is square root, and the square root of 63 is? Yeah.
7.93.
The next number is a 3, so you leave it like it is. If it was 7.95 or more, you'd round it up to 8. Okay, gentlemen? Oops. One more question here. Surface area. I need to find the surface area. So how many sides does this thing have, Kaiwa?
4, 6, 26.
Okay, Tisu? Let's do this. Let's do the top. Let's do the bottom. Let's do the front, the back, the right end, and the left end. And then we're going to total them up. So the top is what? Tisu, go ahead.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
What times what? It's a rectangle. It's rectangle, so it's length times what? It's 10 times what? Thank you. Thank you. Gives me 40, right? What about the bottom? Same thing, right? Okay. What about the front? Is it? That's right. So it's 10 times 5 or 5 times 10. Okay. Bottom's the same as the back. At bottom. This is the bottom here. Okay. Back is the same, so that's 50. The right end is what, Kaiwa?
4 times 5.
4 times 5 is 20. It's the same thing. Add them up. Okay. What's the units, by the way? Centimeters squared. Right? Okay, so just normally put it in the box there. Okay. Last question. Perfect. Let's get this done. Surface area. How many sides?
Fred.
5. So we got the front. That's a triangle. The back is a triangle. We got the top, which is a rectangle. We got the bottom. Okay. And we've got the left side. That's right. And the left, so we got 3 rectangles and 2 triangles. Let's find the area of the front. Okay, so it's base times height, so 6 times 10 over 2. And that's going to be 30. The back is the same. The top is? Sorry?
Top is 80.
Times 12 equals 96.
Looks like 96 to me. The bottom is 8 times 10, which is 80. And the left side is?
Fred.
That's right. It's going to be 6 times 8, I'll put 8 here times 6. It's 48. You notice that 8 is in all 3 of those rectangles. Good. Add those up. What do we get? That's right. 274. Is it 274? Or 284? I should listen to him. Is it 284? Yeah.
You brought my laptop in the morning when you were young.
Okay. Good. What's it out of? There we go. 284. Good timing. Okay.
We have this, what's up?
We have lunch right now.
After lunch, Mr. Ball.